Hi guys, back for another little moonshine showing off, I guess. I can't really say tasting because y'all don't get to taste it, but I have some just straight shine. Let's see, it's 170 proof, and that's for the purists that keep saying that good liquor doesn't need flavors or sugar or fruit or anything like that in it. So we'll show off some of that. This is an experiment we've been doing. This is a pecan, and we just threw some pecans in some 170 proof shine, and this is walnut. I don't really think that, like the nuts or bitters that a lot of people call it, I don't think that'll be good just to drink by itself, but it might. We're thinking, giving it some time, it might be really good to add into something like make a banana walnut, kind of like a banana bread or something along them lines. We have tried to infuse bananas, but the flavor just doesn't come out very well. So I think on that one we would have to use like some kind of artificial banana flavoring, or maybe a banana extract if there's such a thing. I don't know, but might have to play around with that a little, or just anything. I mean, who knows what it might go good in. So let's give them a little taste. It's not been filtered or anything. It's just been soaking in there since 8/24. And here goes the pecan. That's really good. It tastes like pecan. I don't know how, but I guess pecans must have some sugar in them because it has a little bit of a sweet flavor. Kind of strong on the booze, definitely because of the 170. But if you were just using it for some flavoring in a recipe with something else, you wouldn't have to worry about it. It would be watered down to whatever proof. You wouldn't use a lot of that, I don't think. And here goes the walnut. Ooh, that walnut's really good too. It tastes like boozy walnuts. That one's really good. Wow. This is the first time I've tasted these, to be honest. Like maybe a week after they were in, we tasted them, and it wasn't very good at that time. But after a couple of months, or coming on a couple of months, it's made quite a bit of difference. Now the shine. Let's see. This is corn liquor. Let's see. I can kind of smell a little bit of butterscotch. Some some grassy kind of, I guess, maybe earthy kind of. I guess the corn. You can kind of definitely tell that it's corn. And just to show you, it's definitely good liquor there. It burns. Nice pretty blue flame. That little bit of yellow at the tip, that's just the flame reacting with the atmosphere. That doesn't mean there's bad stuff in it, but when it gives us a nice pretty blue flame burning at the base, that means it's ethanol alcohol. Okay, well, let's let that burn, and when it's done, you can see that that's pretty potent booze. There's not much water or anything in there. Okay, here I'm gonna just take a little sip of this. It tastes yummy. If you like corn liquor, man, it tastes really, really good. This batch is about a month old, and I do generational batches. I leave the grain that's in my batch. I do a grain on fermentation, and then I scoop out what kind of looks used up with a cup, and then that's after I've taken all the wash out of it, all the liquid, and I add a cup of fresh grain. I don't mash it or anything. For those of you who are not familiar with that, mashing is gelatinizing the grain, cooking the grain to a certain temperature, adding enzymes or barley to convert the starches into sugars, which are fermentable. Starch itself isn't fermentable, and if you just throw plain grain into with sugar in it, you're kind of getting a low grade alcohol as far as taste. Your sugar will ferment by itself in water, but it doesn't taste very well. But now we can see how much is there. Just like a little tiny drop. The spoon was about half full when I started. Not even enough to drip out of the spoon onto the counter. Anyway, back to where I was at. Sorry, I got sidetracked. But those same enzymes that we use to convert to starches are there, and it will happen over time slowly. So by doing generational batches, I just keep taking out a little bit of the old stuff and adding new. And even though I'm not mashing that new, over time, the enzymes that are in that will just keep breaking down the starches slowly. So I get the benefit of having a true sour mash. So that corn has been soured. It's not rotted. There's a difference. And that helps the flavor of your whiskey a bunch. And I found I don't even have to keep adding yeast. The yeast just goes dormant once it creates so much alcohol. And so I just add some water, a little bit of fresh grain, and sugar. And I use a raw sugar, which hasn't been refined. And by using that, it has a little bit different flavor. You'd have to have the two beside each other to tell between that and table sugar. But also, I'm a little more efficient by using the raw sugar because it's 100% fermentable, where refined white table sugar is 85% fermentable. And when you do that, those sweets in there that aren't consumed by the yeast and create alcohol, those sweets will come back out into your whiskey, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just is what it is. And white sugar is way perfectly fine to use to ferment stuff. Lots of people do it. It's been used for years and years, but I kind of like the unrefined myself. And let's see, I guess that's about it. This one's getting kind of long just for a quick little look at some moonshine. So I'll holler at y'all later. Everyone have a good day. Bye.